Today I'll be making honey barbecue salmon with green beans and basmati rice. So the first thing I will be doing is to ensure that I have my salmon sliced in the right portions, and for this piece I will be doing 3 pieces. Now that the salmon has been properly washed and pat dried with paper towel, now it's time to add our seasoning. Now it's time to add our dry seasoning. I'll start this off by adding my smokehouse maple. I do like McCormick and I highly recommend them for any dry seasoning that you need. The next thing I'll be adding is my brown sugar bourbon. So that's also McCormick and it smells great, tastes great. Now it's time to add some smoked paprika. This will just give it that nice smoked flavor that's so good. The next thing we want to put on there is some seafood seasoning. So again, this will give it that nice seafood taste that you will certainly enjoy. Then we're going to be adding some garlic and herb seasoning. Garlic just really brings out the flavor in all your dishes. Now it's time to add the Himalayan salt, and I use pink Himalayan salt. This just really gives it a burst of flavor. And finally, I'll top this off with some additional pure garlic powder. Added all the dry seasoning, it's time to add some olive oil, and the olive oil will help to ensure that our dry seasoning is really infused into the salmon. So we'll just sprinkle some olive oil on each piece, and then afterwards I'll just use my hands and rub that in so it really sticks into the salmon. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I can smell it already. It smells so good. The flavor is bursting, guys. Now it's time to really prep it for the oven. So I will be putting some olive oil in my dish just so the salmon won't stick when it's time for it to come out. My oven is already going at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna bake this for about 25 minutes. To make our sauce, I will be adding some barbecue sauce. Just pour that right out. And then I'll be adding some honey. And after you add the barbecue sauce and the honey, you want to let it sit there. Give it about a minute or so. And then you just add some orange juice. Now the orange juice will just really give it a burst in the flavor. There we go. So our sauce we're applying to the salmon right now, and this will give it some nice color in addition to the burst in flavor that it will have. After this is completed, just place it back in the oven, put it on broil for about 3 minutes, and that will give it that golden brown honey barbecue color that we need. On to the next dish. Now it's time to make our rice. First, we want to ensure that we wash our rice, and you wash it until the water is crystal clear. Time to add some butter. This is totally optional, but I do like to add butter to my rice. And I'm finishing this up with some Himalayan salt. Finally, it's time to prepare the green beans. Time now to get it ready to be steamed. Just make sure there's some water in the pot. We'll add our olive oil, and this will make sure that they're really not soggy or stick together. Next, McCormick garden vegetable. This works wonders for any dish. McCormick, really a good brand to use. Crushed red peppers. This is optional. I do like a little spice to my vegetable, so I like to use the crushed red peppers, and that give it a burst of spice. Next, some garlic powder. Just sprinkle just a little garlic powder in there, and then it's ready to be steamed. Okay guys, now it's time to showcase what we've been doing for the past couple minutes. Look at that, honey glaze barbecue salmon, basmati rice, green beans. Looking so good. This is delicious. Just top it off with some cilantro, and there you go. Gourmet food in just under an hour.